We're here at the Santa Monica Pier here in lovely Santa Monica, California, and as you can see, the beautiful Ferris wheel behind me there. Anyway, we're here to cover the new film Surfwise, a documentary coming to a theater near you. We're going to be talking to the director of that film as well as some of the real-life people in the movie, and you're going to get a bird's eye view at yours truly getting a surf lesson. Don't go away. So what made you want to tackle this as your next project?
It was simple, really. I mean, first of all, surf films are pretty fun to watch, but it was when I realized that it wasn't a surf film, that this is the most amazing family I'd ever met in my life, and the dynamics between the 9 different children and the way the father had raised them, it was just a great story, great opportunity.
I promote a new dimension of human conduct called health, which is more than just not being sick, and more than just being well, and more than just being fit. And I think that health promotes really long-lasting passion, sexuality, and horniness. Really, because my wife's as horny as I am. Well, not quite.
Medium? How much you're a big little guy. How much do you weigh? Careful, I got a knife in my hand.
What am I thinking? I'm gonna crash.
A hand to cover up my eyes, to move inside, suspended by my sense of self along the line. The river flows and so do I, and Charu's Atlas stands upon the beach upon his head and says, I will not fall, I will not fall, I will not fall.
I'm Joshua Paskowitz.
I'm Abraham Paskowitz.
Moses.
Salvador.
Jonathan.
You know, and one of the things I was curious about that they didn't really touch upon in the film was, you know, in terms of dating, boyfriends and girlfriends, when you guys were living out of this van, how did that work for each of you, and any interesting stories on that?
Well, these are the fathers of San Clemente. I don't know if you noticed that, Abram and Jonathan. So I think they can elaborate
You know, it's
that.
funny. We were actually talking about that on the way up here. We were talking about our growing up in relationships that we had, and we did have this certain order. Like, you couldn't have your brother's hand-me-downs on the chicks, but you also had to, like, and then there was no cock blocking. You can't say cock. There's no blocking. There was no blocking. You can say cock in Canada, but also you couldn't feed off the other guy's herd without his permission. So there was some kind of rule behind the San Clemente,
Well, growing up, would go to different places. Would pull into. I remember Martin, South Dakota, and a bunch of girls who chewed tobacco fell in love with a bunch of the brothers. I don't remember any falling in love with me per se.
They never fell in love with me either.
But that's how it would be. We'd roll into a town and start dating, and hopefully,
like a band,
and hopefully you'd get someone before Abe would.
So, was there anything in the film that surprised you?
I don't know. I never saw the film.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Are you going to see it?
No, sorry.
You're not going to see it?
I told you I didn't like the whole idea.
You're not curious to see how it came to?
No, hell no. No, because he doesn't know anything about my life. My life was raising 9 little kids from 0 to maybe 12, 13 years of age. Raising them, seeing them that don't get killed, see that they don't get run over, see they have enough food, clothing, shelter, see that they love one another, see that they love one another more than they love us, see that they get enough breast milk so that they never stick their finger in their mouth, That was my job. That's me. All the rest of this is bullshit, and I'm getting good at it.
On the face of it, it looks and smells like a surf movie, but the film deals with so many issues. I mean, everything from homeschooling to fatherhood to sex to diet to religion to, I mean, all these different things kind of come in and around it in a pretty intense way sometimes.
Yeah. Well, let me just sum it up in this way. It's an incredibly complicated story that's got a lot of really cool aspects of surfing and all that kind of stuff, but it also has some pretty deep morals and some really, really valuable lessons, we feel, that are in the film. And for Doug to have made that finally at the end result into a cohesive and really, really great documentary that we're all proud of, you know. That I think that is such an accomplishment, and for Jonathan to have herded all of us cats together in one direction, to have made the film, to have given Doug the opportunity to survive the process, we all feel very fortunate that we're here now, and we all are just really excited and hope people love the movie.
One last question, the camp, is it still going?
Oh, absolutely. Izzy was doing the camp right in Mexico today, so he won't be able to come back until the premiere tomorrow night, but the camp is in order in San Diego, and we do it at Tourmaline Canyon Surf Beach, and we do also specialty camps, which have never stopped, where like Abraham and Joshua will take someone to Costa Rica or to Cabo San Lucas or to Mexico or Hawaii, and that we love to do because people come to us and say, I've always dreamt of going and surfing, for instance, Tel Aviv. Kelly Slater wanted to surf in Tel Aviv. Me and Josh took him with Dad to Tel Aviv and surfed with a bunch of Palestinians and Tel Avivians, and it was amazing. So it's constantly evolving and going.
I would like to feel that I did a good job in giving to the people who spend money to see it their money's worth. I would not like, regardless of my philosophy or my ideas, I would not like to have shortchanged anybody here.
I'm Jason Coleman with the 213.net, and this is Surfwise.
In 1956, after years of insomnia, after years of anxiety, I embarked upon an odyssey.
Dorian Paskowitz is a 58-year-old doctor who one day decided to give it all up and spend the rest of his life traveling with his family in a tiny camper from one wave to another.
He wanted us to be unchained to a mortgage at a moment's notice. Just get in and go.
We'd wake up one morning and would be in Pensacola. Wake up another morning, would be in Corpus Christi, San Francisco, Baja,
Florida,
Venezuela,
New Mexico,
Alabama,
El Paso.
We just spur of the moment, go wherever.
Open the camper door, go out and do your thing, lunches at noon. We were not attached to the physical world at all.
In some little town in Louisiana, we pulled over into the state park and he says, guys, there it is. We're down to our last dime. And he was excited.
For 10 years, I was either pregnant or breastfeeding without one day off.
When you have 9 children living in a 24-foot camper, you have these flare-ups.
Eat healthy, live clean, surf clean.
Dorian had us in such a tight diet.
We couldn't have refined sugar. We couldn't have white bread.
He fed us branches for breakfast.
I wasn't some kind of radical.
He used to play Chairman Mao's wake-up song to the nation every single morning.
They go to a school I consider enormously demanding. I demand that they serve and be good at it.
We would confront him on a daily basis. I want to go to high school. We did everything the hard way. If it was easy, then something was wrong.
They're lazy.
He's a dictator. He was Fidel.
I swore I'd never surf again, ever.
Your parents said, you can go to school because it's safe, but don't go swimming with sharks because it's dangerous. Our parents said, you can go swimming with sharks, but you're not going to school because that is dangerous.
Nobody would ever believe the experiences my brothers and I had together. I wouldn't change that for anything in the world.
The good outweighed the bad. It was almost like a dream.
Everyone's trying to get that spiritual moment of perfection. We had it, we lived it.
I intend to put my kids through what my dad put me through. I'm going to keep the dream alive.
Wisdom you get from experience, and that is what my children had a lot of.